How you doing? Scotty Bear back with another video. This video about where do anti-work movement people live. So this is probably one of the more important aspects of anti-work. People searching for better conditions, people not willing to work 5-6 days a week, 50, 60, 70 hours a week for crappy pay or 25 years of retirement for a cheap gold watch. These people really can appreciate what consumerism has not done for them. And with the pandemic raging on and inflation taking over, some really interesting things have kind of come out of that. And I am here to offer some ideas for anti-workers and maybe even better living conditions. Anti-workers probably feel like they are stuck in these crappy jobs, even though their heart really is in quitting and finding something better. And with most of the United States, I would say, other than like Florida, California, most of the coastal states, really doesn't offer much. And, people want to live in California because of the great weather. And, if you live in, say, Texas or, any other states in the United States, really, it doesn't really have a whole lot to offer. However, these anti-work options that I have for you could be a welcome for this community. So where do anti-work people live? There is the last free place on earth, Slab City. There is a movement in van life, sailboat life, people looking to bootstrap their incomes into something better. I mean, let's face it, the reason why van life works is because it is immediate relief from probably one of the highest expenses that we have out there, and that is rent. And actually, reports from a few friends of mine in California, not only is California requiring first and last month's rent to move in a place. Now I have gotten reports of landlords requiring 6 months rent. One other interesting thing is in Nevada, Las Vegas, and Reno. These are places that you really couldn't talk people into moving to. I mean, people would ask me, what casino do you live at in Las Vegas, for years, and no one really wanted to move to Las Vegas, frankly, because, yes, there's all these entertainment things, but most of it really surrounds gambling. And majority of the people in the United States are not into gambling. So Nevada, in the middle of a desert, that doesn't really appeal to most people. And, other than Florida and California, which the costs are ridiculous, and the rising cost of rent really puts extra pressure on the anti-work movement, because frankly, you really can't go without a job, but maybe you could bootstrap, an existence. And I am about to talk about many of those, opportunities out there. The last free place on earth, Slab City, and van life meetups. I feel like most people have, these nomadic existence, stealth camping, all these really hacks from the United States because of cost. And I feel like a new movement that is about to take over is people leaving the United States to find alternative lifestyles, nomadic movements. Have been going on for a little while. People moving to places like Chiang Mai, Vietnam, Tijuana, Mexico. There are many places where you could live for, I was living in Tijuana for about $175 a month. Philippines, probably from what I've read online, and this may only be partially true, but the Philippines being one of the cheapest places on planet Earth to live, seeing apartments for $85 a month. Vietnam, I was eating for way under $5 a day. A bowl of pho costing about 75 to 85 cents. Different things like that I feel like are going to become more popular, even as rental costs, even where I'm at, have risen. I've begun to start to look at places like this, places in Southeast Asia, which currently are not open because of the pandemic, places in South America, Brazil, and places like that, and Mexico, of course. One of the places that I feel like is the most interesting is probably like Tijuana and Ensenada and Mexicali and south of here in Juarez, mostly border areas, of course. The border areas in Mexico obviously are some of the most dangerous areas, mostly because of the drug trafficking and human trafficking. But Tijuana itself, the cost even has gone up because San Diego, of course, being a very desirable place to live, and the cost even going higher in the pandemic, and really has taken and pushed people to try to find a solution. I mean, one of the biggest draws, of course, for living in Tijuana or Playas, a place that I lived for a while, and Rosarito and Ensenada down in Baja, Mexico, excuse me, has really grown, and the cost has kind of been pushed upward a lot, and place doesn't really support that. I mean, mainly because of, there's no place to work, but I feel like most of that is going to change, and different places in the world, there are places to work. I mean, Mexican people live there. Filipinos live on, I believe the salary in the Philippines is probably $2 to $15 a day. Why can't people in the United States live on money like that? Vietnam is similar. I've seen many apartments, $100 a month. I feel like that will start to bring people out of the United States, and of course digital nomads, which had already positions online and stuff, really were in the best position to take these places, or the inexpensive places, notably like Chiang Mai in Thailand, and Bangkok and Saigon in Vietnam. I feel like these will probably become available to more people as time goes on, because frankly, you know, I've been in many situations in my life where the United States has been, hasn't had many options for cheap, inexpensive living, rentals, motels, hotels, weeklies, all of these places. And the places are the services that have come out, rather, like Airbnb and so on, really haven't done much for the market except for drive costs even higher, employing middlemen for, Airbnbers, I got Airbnb business or whatnot. And this has only driven costs higher and really stoked the the market to charge even higher costs. Hope you don't mind me having a sip of my coffee. It is 4 a.m. here, and I had to talk about this as I've been tossing in my sleep, thinking to myself, me being the self-proclaimed messiah of the anti-work movement, that is the second most searched thing on my blogs. I felt like I had to come out with more information. And, again, like I was saying about people like Mexicans living in Mexico, I mean, they can live in Mexico. Why can't you? I mean, I get my teeth done in Mexico. I've gotten lots of medical work done in, got my glasses in Bangkok. I feel like this is going to be the new movements, because the United States really and inflation taking over, I feel like is going to force people into these type of lifestyles. The digital nomads is not just for people who work online. If your education can get you a job in the United States, I feel like it could get you a job in Panama, Vietnam, Thailand, teaching English, languages, different things like that. I mean, many people in the United States speak Spanish and so on, and of course that helps them a lot, but I feel like even that will go away with Haitians and migrants coming into the country. I think the multi-language culture will explode. So I also feel like there will be more and more opportunities. There are many places to move to: Dominican Republic, South America, all over South America, Costa Rica, Philippines, Vietnam, I mean, just all over, and Poland. Really, the list goes on and on of places and opportunities around the world, which many people feel threatened about what's going on in the United States. I think that not only the United States opening its borders, so to speak, and that will spur these type of movements and push them to the point where Americans will spread out across the globe and carve out these existence for themselves. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this starts conversations about different lifestyles, and that really kind of improve working conditions for people and opportunities, and not limit them to having to wake up early in the morning somewhere in Kansas and having to go to work.